Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. For those of you who still remain, today's reading will be on the topic of what shall be the outcome if I choose each path. So this reading is for those of you who are trying to choose between two options, two paths to take in life, and you would like to know what the outcomes will be with each one. So you have 4 piles to choose from left to right, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose your crystal, and I will see you in your timestamp. Hello, pal 1, welcome to your reading. So we're first going to start off by discovering what is going on in general. So I had a vision of someone riding a bike in a nice area, kind of like around a lot of fields, and there were a lot of fields and grass, and there were also some cherries. So I looked up the symbolic meaning of cherries, and it says it's a symbol of renewal, purity, prosperity, ephemeral beauty, and evolution. So what I was immediately getting the impression of is that you guys are asking about moving or changing something in your lifestyle, in your life, in order to be happier, more content, more prosperous, more stable, and more free. There seems to be some sort of heavy energy in one area, and you're trying to move. So I'm picking up for a lot of you guys, it's coming off like moving homes, moving locations, like moving cities or moving to a town, maybe buying a house, taking a vacation, something like that. So now with your cards, there appears to be a romantic partnership in the background that has something to do with you wanting to move. So for some of you now, it appears like this question is about a romantic partnership, if you should leave this person, like break up with them, or if you should stay. Others of you, what this man holding a heart in reverse symbolizes is an old relationship that went sour, and you might still be living in the city of this old romantic partner, or you haven't fully forgiven them for the things that they did to you, and you're wondering if you should move on and find a new romantic partner, or if you should take a new love offer that is coming right now. So this whole reading is about leaving behind a sour relationship that has gone bad, whether you guys have already broken up and you're still holding on to, maybe hoping you guys will get back together, or you're just still holding on to resentment, or you guys are currently together and you want to know if you should break up and move. Others of you, it's about finding a new home, making some more distance between you and this old person, some physical distance. A lot of you guys can already see that what is up ahead with this woman holding a heart and the temple path right after, what's up ahead is your life purpose, your fulfillment, your destiny. And this may have been a karmic partner here in the back who taught you a lot of harsh lessons and left you kind of broken. All you want to do is to just be content. You just want to have a stable life. You want to be free of any toxicity. So you guys are trying to move away from toxicity, move away from old memories that are heavy and depressing, and move into an area or a new home or a new period of just being at peace. And again, with this temple path, I'm seeing a lot of like greenery around there. So a lot of you guys are asking about whether you should move to like a town, move out of the city and move into a town, or move to a home that has more greenery around it, move to another province or something that has more nature, that's less congested. And you want to know if you're going to be happy there. So yeah. So I'm going to take these cards away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 piles, which you're going to, what you're going to do is that you're going to assign option 1, which is probably has to do with staying. Oh, you know what? As soon as I started talking, I just realized that actually what I need to do is assign it for you. Originally, what I was going to do was to make you assign it. I may still do that for the other pals, or maybe I won't. But definitely for your pal, I need to assign it myself. So we're going to start off by having 1 card representing staying. Staying. Okay, perseverance. And then now we need 1 card to represent leaving. Fortitude. Okay. For perseverance, I'm going to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot. I'll probably skip ahead to when the cards are placed already. Okay, and for the Fortitude path, I'm going to be using the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. So, of course, I'm sorry, but you guys won't be able to see all of the cards. Some of them are off camera, but I'll show them to you. So underneath the perseverance path, which is you staying and remaining in the city or the neighborhood of this old romantic partner, or staying with this old romantic partner, we have the awakening card, which is the Hanged Man. You have the, let me just hold it up. We have the King of Cups. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 2 of Wands here. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. We have the World. And I also took your underdeck energy out, and we have the 5 of Swords. Now, for this reading, I decided not to take any reversals. And then coming out underneath your Fortitude path, which is you moving and you leaving, we have the Hierophant. We have the Emperor. We have the Knight of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, the Sun, King of Cups again. So you have the King of Cups twice. You have the Hanged Man again. You have that twice. Ace of Pentacles. And your underdeck energy was the 3 of Cups. So I don't think you guys need me to tell you what to do. Even in the old spread that I had with the Energy Oracle at the beginning, you knew intuitively, I was able to pick up that you knew intuitively with that woman holding a heart and the temple path right next to each other, those 2 cards, you know that you're supposed to leave. You know you're supposed to move away from this person, but there's some sort of thread. Either it's an energetic thread because this is a memory or emotions that are still tied to this old person, or it's a physical thread because you're still living with them or you're still in a relationship with them currently. There's something that's making you feel like, oh, maybe I'm not making the right decision. Maybe I should stick around and wait it out and see if things improve. Now, in this path of you staying here, we have this perseverance card. So basically what I'm seeing from that is that this situation definitely did, if this is past tense, an old partner, or currently is, teaching you a lot of lessons, like I said at the beginning. I saw like a karmic partner, a lot of harsh lessons that you had to learn, and you became stronger from this. I see you, growing deeper roots, becoming less easy to bend, less easy to manipulate, less easy to get your feelings hurt over, some boy, some man who, or some woman who, or some girl who decides in the future, who may decide in the future that they want to mess with you again. You're not going to be as easily swayed by also charm. You're not going to be as easily swayed by charm, by money, by beauty, by status, whatever it was that drew you to this old romantic partner in the first place. Now with this awakening card, which is a hanged man, again, I'm seeing that a lot of lessons. So it's like an awakening, like an epiphany. It's like you had to snap out of something. There's definitely something that you had to snap out of. Maybe it was you believing that happily ever after is going to come only from this person, because we have the 10 of Cups here right next to the King of Cups. Or maybe it was you hanging on to the idea of marriage and having a happily ever after, getting married despite what is currently happening in your relationship, despite their red flags, despite their questionable personality traits, and just for this, and you hanging on just for the sake of getting to the altar, or hanging on just for the sake of your children if you already have children, because this is a 10 of Cups. A lot of times it could signify a full family and children. You have to learn a lesson that these status quos are not worth your pain, your discontentment, your unhappiness, your lack of prosperity, your own prosperity, because I don't see you prospering in terms of finances in this. And in fact, as soon as I say that, I looked again, and there's absolutely no pentacles here. Like there's none at all in this group. And I was already picking up an energy here of you not having your own money. And like I said in the beginning, maybe it was this person's status or money. This is a general reading, so that may not be it for you, but for some of you, it was this person's status or money, and this person took care of you, and there was some sort of like financial dependency that you had on them, and also a strong emotional dependency. Above all, for all of you, absolutely all of you, there was some strong emotional manipulation and emotional dependency that you have currently or had with this person. And in addition to that, for some of you, there was some sort of financial dependency as well. So you may have to break up a family in order to leave here. Now, with this 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords, it's like to stay in this partnership or to not to stay in this partnership. And with the Wheel of Fortune right after, it's like to stay in this partnership and to maybe, things may be getting better, or to go to my destiny, go to my contentment, my ultimate happiness, the true thing, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and also the Temple Path card from the Energy Oracle at the beginning of the reading. It's like to stay and hope that we're going to get back into harmony, and to hope that maybe our business will increase, or like if you guys are in business together, it's like some of you, maybe this could be a business thing. Maybe you've been with a company for a long time. This reading seems very heavily loved, but because this is a general reading, this is still your reading. If you've been with a company for a while and you feel emotionally attached to this company and you want to branch out on your own, or you want to just move to another city, and that would mean you having to leave this company and get a new job. So it's like to stay or not to stay, to move or not to move. So definitely, I'm sure you can tell on your own that the Wheel of Fortune trumps the 2 of Wands, because one is undeveloped. One is like, maybe it'll grow, maybe it'll get to the major arcana if we keep moving on with this. But then we have a literal major arcana coming here, and then with the World right after it saying move. The World is about movement, and it's usually about movement in a large sense, like to a completely different country. If you're inquiring about moving to a completely different country, the World card says yes. Could be another province, another state. That's still a rather large jump, especially if it's on the complete opposite coast of the country. Definitely a lot of movement. And with your underdeck energy, what I see happening is that you repeating a lot of the karmic lessons if you stay with this person, if you stay in this city with around this old energy of this person, if you allow their energy to continue to infest you, infest your heart, your peace of mind, somehow this person is still emotionally attached to you. And it's going to be a very poor decision on your end if we accept to stay, if you stay. There's going to be a lot of repetition. What's going to happen is that that wheel of fortune here, which is bringing in fortune and happiness, etc., is going to turn into like a never-ending wheel that just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, and it never settles on anything happy. It just keeps spinning its wheel, because the wheel of fortune is also kind of like the fates card. It's like the fates are just going to keep sending you back in this cycle, in this the cycle, to learn the lesson that you're not learning. It's like you being in a dryer, like a dryer machine, just spinning around in circles, and you're not leaving. You're already dry. You learned all the lessons that you needed to learn, but you're refusing to leave. You're refusing to open the door and get out of the dryer, but you're just going to keep spinning. So this wheel of fortune could either spin and stop and open the door and allow you to get to that field that I saw in my vision, or it's just going to keep spinning. So that's your decision. Of course, here with the fortitude card, what I see is that, again, your strength, the lessons that you were supposed to learn have already been learned. They've already been integrated. Because here we have like this perseverance where it's like, oh, like, should I keep going? Or I had to do this for a long time. Like this was something that was happening for a long time. You guys were always fighting, or there's some sort of like repetition in this old relationship, that like a lot of repetition. Like if you look back, if this is an old relationship, if you look back, you should see a lot of fights that just kept repeating themselves in a slightly different packaging, but it was always in its core the same nonsense. Like say for example, this man or this woman was always lying to you. They would be lying to you about different things, so you guys would be arguing about different things, but it was at the base of it, it would always be lies. Whereas here with this fortitude, it's like, okay, you finally integrated this lesson. You're yourself, but 2.0. So here you were 1.0, still learning the lesson. Now you're 2.0. You're the new improved version. You're like, if you went into the factory, if you're a robot from like iRobot, you went into the factory, you got the software and the hardware upgrades for the new era, and now you're put back into the market. So now you have the software upgrades. And we start off with the Hierophant, which is essentially you learning this spiritual lesson, you being guided by spirit and your spirit guides who have been helping you through this time to learn this lesson. You may also find yourself being drawn back to religion or spirituality, whereas you kind of abandoned it here because you were dealing with so much stress, and now you may find your faith again in this new path. We have the Emperor. This is you moving from being underneath this King of Cups thumb, and you being stronger than them, you being more powerful than them, and not only in an energetic sense, because definitely this has already been established, that's going to happen, it has happened in an energetic sense, an emotional sense, but in mental sense as well. But also I see like in a physical sense, because it's also followed here by the Knight of Pentacles, but I didn't even need that. And also the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. This path has a lot more pentacles. So I actually see you making more money in this path. So again, if you were inquiring about like a job and moving cities for a new job, you're definitely going to make more money here. In fact, most of you guys are going to be starting your own business. Now, even if this is still love, there is something about like you just making more money and you being more prosperous and more stable by moving, by taking this other path, this second path here. The Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. This is like a business, a brand new business venture, a brand new company, a brand new career. It seems like for a lot of you guys, you're leaving a marriage where you were a stay-at-home mom, and you're moving into starting your own business, or at least having a prestigious position at a prestigious company where you make a lot of money. I'm not seeing you making a lot of money over here. This is like a lot of emotional manipulation. There's, like I said, there's absolutely no pentacles over here. Whereas here we have a bunch of pentacle cards, and we have a lot of major arcana. So, and we also have the Sun card here. So a lot of happiness. And actually, this actually kind of reminds me of my vision. The fields, the flowers, I saw you riding your bike, being happy, being content. There were no like noise pollution. So if you're inquiring about moving to a smaller city or a more rural town, this is your confirmation. Because I didn't see cars around you. I didn't see a lot of people around you. I saw no one. You were just riding your bike near this field of grass, and you were happy, you were content. Birds were out, the sun was out, and you were content. Now we have this King of Cups over here again. Remember, the King of Cups came up over here, and he was also over here. The thing is, though, I feel like you're going to not only receive a stronger financial stability in this path if you leave, there's also going to be a new romantic partner. So some of you may already know this person, because if you're inquiring about leaving and breaking up with someone and taking an offer that's already in your face, like someone is already offering you a new relationship, then you're going to know who this is. And with it being right next to the Sun card, definitely this is going to be happier. It's not going to be like the pretense type of thing that I was getting with this Ten of Cups here. Because this, the Sun is major arcana. So this is the real deal with the Sun. This is illuminating everything, encompassing everything. Whereas Ten of Cups, yes, of course, it could mean happiness. It's supposed to mean that. But what I'm picking up with this is more of the pretense. Like, let's pretend that we're happy. Let's stay in this relationship. Let's continue to be married to keep up the pretense of having this Ten of Cups, being married, being happy and content. Whereas here, it's the real deal, regardless of whether or not you have a ring on your finger, which I'm not saying you won't, but regardless, this is the real deal. This is not the pretense anymore. And I see a new romantic partner coming in this new location. So he or she lives in this new location that you're moving to. We have the Hanged Man here again. We had it come out twice. So again, about you seeing things in a new light, about you switching your point of view on life. Instead of seeing it the old way that you were seeing it here with this Hanged Man card, you finally learned the Hanged Man lesson, and you're seeing it in everything in a new light. And we have this Ace of Pentacles. Again, a lot more stability and a lot more money coming in. And your underdeck energy here was the Three of Cups. So as opposed to your underdeck energy here, which was the Five of Swords, I mean, which one do you want to take? I see a lot more friendship here, real friends, not friends who are only your friend because you're married to this person or because you're dating this person. Some of you, this could be like a celebrity or a well-known person, and most of your friends were his friends or people who are only talking to you because you were associated with him. Now I'm seeing like a lot more real friends who are just as quirky as you. They love to go to the ball. They love to dress up. They're just like you. They're not these like phony people who you just don't get along with. They're like his friends, or maybe you barely had any friends. And I see in this new path, to summarize, I see a lot of genuine friendship. I see a new romantic partner. I see a lot of financial stability, a new business, or a new high paying job with a lot of prestige. And your strength, these lessons have been integrated. So it's your choice to just choose to get out of that dryer. Remember that analogy I gave you before? Get out of the dryer and don't allow yourself to be turned around again in the same cycle. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So we're first going to start off by using the energy oracle to just get a general understanding of what's currently going on. And then we're going to cast some more cards to get the 2 separate paths. So before casting your first set of cards, I had a vision of someone in like a small boat. I guess, like, is it a canoe? Or yeah, I think it was like a canoe, or yeah, something like that, or a kayak or something, one of those like small kind of boats. And they were in murky water, like a swamp. Like a lot of the water had more gunk in it, more slime or more decayed plants and mud or etc. than like water, basically. So you were moving very, very slowly. The thing is, I actually kind of saw 2 people in the boat. So there may be someone else involved here with you. At least 2 people may be in this murky water with you. And, there was a lot of darkness. You couldn't really see your way out. Outside of the cave, though, I did see like a big crane that was waiting to pick you up out of this boat. So I guess kind of like a helicopter with one of those like ropes or something, but it came off more like a crane. So you guys are essentially stuck in some sticky situation and you can't really find your way out of it. Now, with your cards here, we have this 3rd chakra card and also this man holding a heart. A good chunk of the next to the woman holding heart in reverse. Now, I'm just going to say this could have something to do with romance because of the woman holding a heart in reverse and the man holding a heart in reverse. However, right now, I'm not seeing it as much of a romantic issue as like the last group, for example. I'm seeing this more as someone standing up for themselves, standing up for what their heart truly wants, and not allowing other people to trample on their heart. So of course this could be romance, but this seems to be like some sort of sticky situation. Like maybe it's a career, a job that you're in where there's no work-life balance and your boss is always demanding your time and you don't really have any free time and you're just not happy there anymore. This could be family where you feel like you need to be deferential to them because they're older than you and they're your family, or you need to cater to them, to cater to their nonsense, even though it is nonsense because again you're their family or something like that. There's some sort of contract here where you feel that you're obliged to remain with these people and help these people, either because it's blood, marriage, or a job contract. It could also be a home for some of you. Maybe you live in a place where there's a lot of repairs that need to be done and you feel like you're kind of stuck there. Even though you really want to leave, it might be infested or something. It might be decaying. There may be mold in this home. The thing is, with the storm warning in reverse in the 3rd chakra, I'm seeing a lot of chaos, but this chaos is settling. Slowly but surely, it's definitely settling with the storm warning in reverse. And with the 3rd chakra card upright, you're starting to step into your power more. This is some sort of karmic lesson or some sort of life lesson. that you need to learn. You need to choose your heart over any kind of 3D, mundane world contractual obligations that you feel you may have to this place or these people. You need to listen to your own heart, your own intuition. What do you truly want to do? Do you want to quit this job and go to a job that's more emotionally fulfilling? Do you want to cut off these toxic family members and so that you can be in peace? Do you want to leave this crappy home despite the fact that you have a lease still? Just so your health can be better because it's not infested with mold or insects, etc. But there's still some sort of stuck energy here about you actually leaving, taking the step to leave. It's like you're trying to. Here we have this storm that was happening, these issues that were happening for a while. They're slowly starting to subside. You're slowly starting to get into your power here. And here again, but then we have like this walking away card in reverse. It's kind of like, should I go? Should I not go? To me, this is giving me kind of 8 of Cups card in reverse energy. It's like, I know I should leave, but I feel trapped, like I can't leave. Also, it's giving me the 8 of Swords as well. So yeah, 2 8s there. It's like, should I leave? I don't know if I can. I might be contractually bound to these people. Again, either it's blood or it's a job contract, a lease, or something like that. And you have to make a decision on breaking this contract or remaining. So you're really teeter-tottering here. You know, the other group, I felt like they were able to tell which direction they should move, but they just needed confirmation. You guys are really teeter-tottering. Of course, in your heart, you know, but there's so much mundane obligations to this thing that you really are at a standstill. Because your heart's trying to pull you one way, and then you're like, I'm sorry, heart, but unfortunately, I have this contract. Okay, so I'm going to take these away. I'm going to get 2 cards from the herbiary deck to represent each path. So the first card is going to represent you remaining in this contract. We have the You Are Sacred card. Now we're going to get a card for you breaking this contract. A lot of you guys are also waiting on divine intervention with that crane that was outside the cave that I saw. You feel so stuck that you feel like the only way you're able to get out is if the divine God, your spirit guides, actually come in and intervene, or your ancestors actually come in and intervene, because in the mundane world you can't really see a way out. Card for the contract. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. And as soon as after I said all that, guess what card you got? Tap into your resources. Tap into right after saying all that, waiting for the divine to intervene. That card right away is telling you that you have resources available to you that you're not tapping into. You're sort of throwing all of the responsibility onto a higher power, when in fact you have the power, you have more resources than you think, you have more ways out than you actually think. So we're going to, you know, cast some more cards after, get some more information of what these resources may be. However, for the time being, I'm going to use the Angel Wisdom deck to lay out a spread on what shall happen if you take path A, which is to remain in this contract. And I'm going to skip ahead to when the cards are laid out. All right, so I use the the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck for the You Are Sacred path. I use the Edgar Allan Poe deck for the Tap Your Resources path. So, what shall happen if you stay in this contract? Now, I had decided with my last group that I wasn't going to take reversals. However, I just do want to mention that the first two cards in both sides were actually reversed. There were maybe like just a few more, which are not really that consequential, but I feel like these two with the storyline are very consequential. So I'm just going to flip only these two cards back in reverse, and everything else I'm going to leave upright. So what's going to happen if you remain in this contract? As you can see with the Dreamer, which is the full card in reverse, you're not going to move anywhere. Oh, and sorry, I forgot to mention, you can't see all of the cards. So actually, I'm going to show you all the cards first, like I did with the last group. So we have the Dreamer card, which is the full. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands, Ten of Swords, the Sun card, and then your underdeck energy, which I took out, was the Six of Wands. Now, so if you take the path where you just remain, okay, first of all, let's start off, with the You Are Sacred card. This is telling you that you deserve more. You deserve better. You are actually a real human being with feelings that deserve to be taken into account. And you have feelings or ideas that actually need to be listened to. You deserve to be listened to. It doesn't matter that you're younger than these people potentially, or that you're a woman and all of them are men, or that you make less money than these people, or that maybe you're a foreigner and these people are all citizens of a country. There's some sort of like power struggle, or that you're just an employee and these people are all your managers and supervisors and bosses, or people with more seniority than you. There's some sort of power struggle here that's happening, or that you're a child and these people are your parents, which are basically your elders, right? So you're actually a person. These people are making you feel like you don't deserve to be heard, that your feelings and your emotions are inconsequential because of your lesser position in their eyes. So that You Are Sacred card is right away coming off the bat to tell you that you are a real person. You are just as deserving of happiness and contentment as these other people who you deem to be slightly higher than you, in whatever capacity that you deem them to be higher than you. You incarnated here, you are soul just like them. If you strip away all of the external factors that are just mundane 3D realms, so you strip away the fact that you're younger, very well, your soul may be older than them. So as soon as you guys depart your bodies, all of a sudden your soul might be older than theirs. You don't know that. And you may have more incarnations than them. You guys don't know that. But in this realm right now, you may be younger than them. If you strip that away, if you strip away maybe the color of your skin, if you strip away the fact that you're an employee and they just happen to be your boss. If the tables just turn, if the fate card or the fates just decided they wanted to turn the wheel of fortune, then all of a sudden you can be their boss. If you strip away, whatever it is that you want to strip away in the mundane realm, you guys are the same. In fact, you may actually be more evolved than them if you strip all this away. So what's going to happen if you remain here in this contract? With the Dreamer card in reverse, right away we can see that you're not going to move anywhere. We have this Queen of Pentacles here, and we also have the Eight of Wands. What I see is that there's going to be a continuation of your money and your stability, and continuation of your position. You have some sort of position in this organization that is set. So the problem is, it could be sometimes these things being said can be a good thing or a bad thing. The good thing is that this is stable. So if this is a job, you know how much you're going to make, you know how much money is going to come into your bank account every 2 weeks. if this is a family structure, you know your position in this family structure. There's not going to be any sudden changes. You know what to expect. And in fact, actually, for some of you, with the Eight of Wands being right next to the Queen of Wands, for some of you, if you acquiesce to these people, you may actually find that your position and or your finances immediately increase. They may give you a little bit in order for you to give a little. There may actually end up being some sort of small exchange here. Like, okay, listen, we know you're unhappy with the situation. I'll tell you what. We're going to do this. Okay. If you remain. So if this is a home that's infested, I'll tell you what, don't break the lease. Don't take us to the rental board, tribunal board to try to break the lease. We'll bring in some exterminators. Or this thing is broken in your apartment. I tell you what, we'll replace it. We'll fix it. Okay. Or like, if this is a job, I tell you what, we'll just give you a little bit, you'll make an extra $1 an hour. Or you know what, you're tired of doing this job, I'll move you to this other position, this other location. So instead of working the docks and having to carry those 50-pound boxes, I'll move you to this other warehouse or this other location where, it's only like 30 pounds. And there's actually more paperwork that you have to fill out and less moving. So it's going to be less hard on your back. This is the sort of thing that I'm seeing. Some small acquiesce, if you acquiesce to them, what's going to happen immediately is there's going to be a little bit of a bump in your position or in your salary. Because they know that there's some issue happening. They know you're unhappy. And if you accept, there's going to be like an exchange. They're going to get you to try to accept something in exchange for staying. So immediately, the immediate effect of you staying is that you're going to get a small boost of your position. Extra finances or just a small boost of your position, whatever this is for you. If this is a romantic partnership, which I'm not picking up a lot of romance in this reading, but because this is a general reading, it could very well be romance for you. Your partner may say, I'll tell you what, let's get engaged. Like, you may be getting pissed off that you guys have been together for so many years and they haven't proposed. Maybe they'll say that. Or maybe they'll say, okay, if you guys were like friends with benefits and you got annoyed that you guys weren't official yet, they'll say, okay, I'll tell you what, let's just make us official if it'll make you feel any better, especially if this is a male you're inquiring about. Sorry, I'm laughing, but they don't really care that much. They just want to shut you up if that's the case for you. Anyways, so let's move on. So immediately, you're going to get a small bump. What's going to happen next is that we have this Page of Pentacles here and we have the Three of Wands. At some point, sorry, I'm still laughing over that. Like, the audacity that man in my that I saw in my head, like, come on. Like, after all these years, you're going to say, oh, okay, you can be my girlfriend now. Like, come on. Anyways, what's going to happen eventually is that, you're going to receive an offer from another company. It's some other offer is going to come in, something more like it's stable, but it seems less stable than where you're at. Because here you're the queen and here this offer that's going to come in as a page. It's communication. It may be a thought that you have about maybe going back to school to get a new degree so that you can get a new job, or it may be a new job offer. This may be a small apartment that's not as big as, it's not a 2-bedroom that you currently live in. Maybe it's a bachelor, but it's clean, or it's in a better neighborhood or something like that. This could also be a friend who comes in to sort of help you. If this is some sort of family structure, this could be like a small friend who comes in who has some sort of information or money that is going to help you to get to think again, to remember that you wanted to leave this person, leave this family structure. But it's going to be small. It's going to be small in comparison. It's also not going to be, as stable in your eyes. You're not going to really know what to expect, but it's going to come in and it's going to appear to have longer term benefits. And it will have longer term benefits, because here you're going to be eventually like pretty much stuck, despite your small promotion. However, here, this is a demotion in some way. In some way, this new opportunity that comes through is a demotion, but it has longer term rewards. You're going to finally decide to quit this job or tell this family or this romantic partner sayonara, and you're going to leave with this 10 of Swords here. You're going to think it over and you're going to decide, you know what, even though this is a slight demotion, like if you're going to be leaving a marriage, you're going to leave from being the lady of the house to being single again. And furthermore, you may have to move out of a big house and move into a small apartment. So there's going to be some sort of slight demotion, but you're going to decide to take it anyways. And then you transition into the Sun and the Six of Wands. You're going to be much happier and you're going to be in the sunlight again, because if you remember that vision that I had of you being in the cave in that murky water and it was dark, here the light finally comes back. The light comes back after the 10 of Swords. That's when the light comes back. That's when you finally leave the cave and you can see the light again. And the Six of Wands, that you're going to be successful in this new area, this new endeavor around these new people and this new job, etc., whatever it is for you. Okay, so it eventually ends out well. However, hopefully you can see the issue with this without me having to really tell you and spell it out. The issue is that you're going to waste more of your time remaining in this situation, and you're going to end up leaving it anyways. So you can either decide to leave it now, or you can leave it in another year, another 2 years, another 3 years, another 6 months, however long this may be for you. And you're just going to be where in like that a length of time, you're going to be where you could have been now if you had decided to leave and break that contract. So you decide if you want to remain and waste your time more. So this is going to be a waste of time, because I see you pretty much ending up in the same position. So let's move over here. This is you leaving. This is you breaking this contract. We have this tap into your resources card, which is the first card that came out. You have more resources available to you than you think. You don't have to rely on external sources. You don't have to rely on other people giving you your power back. Like your boss saying, okay, we're going to give you a pay increase. We're going to move you to another department, or your boyfriend saying, okay, I'm going to give you a ring, or your friend with benefits saying, okay, I'm going to make you my girlfriend, or your parents saying, okay, we're going to give you your own room, or okay, we're going to give you more freedom, or something like that. You don't have to rely on these people to give you your freedom back, your status back. And that you have more options available to you than you actually think. You think that you're going to need a miracle to get out of the situation. In fact, you don't need a miracle. The path is already opening up, because remember with that energy oracle spread, there was the storm warning in reverse. So things are clearing up. You were in a storm, it was dark, it was clouded, it rained, a monsoon, a hurricane, whatever. And then now it's clearing out. So yeah, there's still some debris, but now you can start to see a path to leave. And if you pay attention, these new resources are actually going to be made known to you. This could be maybe you getting getting on unemployment for a while. Have you thought about that? If this is a job, you may feel like, oh, I need the income, but you've probably racked up more than enough hours at this job to be able to qualify for unemployment. So that's just one resource that came off the top of my head. So we start off your spread here with the Two of Cups in reverse. And what's going to happen if you stand up for yourself, you choose your heart over your brain and this contract, and you decide to stand up for yourself, you're going to lose this person, this group of people, or this job right off the bat with the Two of Cups in reverse. Right off the bat. So you're going to be fired, or you're going to have to quit, because the whole point of you breaking this contract is actually quitting. Or if you say no to a boss, then they're going to fire you. Or if you say stand up for yourself against these family members, or stand up for yourself against this romantic partner, they're going to break up with you, or you're going to have to break up with them, or they're going to disown you, or you're going to have to move out of the house if you live with your family, etc. You know what it is. Immediately there's going to be a split. Right? With this King of Swords, they're not going to be happy about what you're saying to them. And it is the King of Swords. They're not going to be happy about what you're saying to them. However, with the King of Swords, you're definitely standing in your power and speaking up for yourself. Whereas previously you weren't speaking up for yourself. You see, this is actually funny, because the second cards that came out here on both sides were court cards. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles, and here we have the King of Swords. So the Queen of Pentacles decides she stays where it's comfortable. She stays where the money is at. Yes, she may earn her own money, but quite frankly, usually queens are in palaces that are furnished, and their whims are given to them. They don't have to worry about anything. We have the King of Swords, who's actually making the decisions. This is like the judge. This is like the politician who's actually making the decision that may affect this queen's money. If this politician makes a decision, or this king, actually, I should say, makes a decision that we're going to demolish this castle, well, the queen has to find somewhere else to stay. Hopefully you get what I'm getting at. So the next card that comes out is actually the Justice card, and that's perfect, because remember that contracts card. This is all about contract. And remember that contracts card from the Energy Oracle. So justice is going to be served. The balance between you and these people is going to be balanced out energetically in the universe, on your timeline of incarnations, your karmic timeline. This is like you breaking some sort of karmic contract where you're underneath some people's thumb. This is you learning some life lesson. This is the energy is finally balancing out. Okay, by you standing up for yourself with this King of Swords here, and saying no to these people, not allowing them to pamper you. The degree of how much these people pamper you is going to differ, because this is a general reading. I did say originally that it's going to be some sort of small, increase. But you never know. For some of you, this could be a huge increase. Maybe they're going to give you a huge promotion. So this is you having to stand up for yourself to get that justice with the Seven of Wands here. And at first it's going to be a little bit hazy. You're not going to be able to see where anything is leading, because you're going to lose your job right away. You're going to lose your friends right away, your family, your home, etc., your husband, whatever this is, you're going to lose them right away. And you're going to be sort of in a transitionary period. There may even be some law involved. If this is a divorce or something like that, you guys have to split assets and actually get a legal divorce or something like that. It's not going to be sure. You're not going to be sure. You're not going to be on stable footing right away. However, if you continue to stand up for yourself, there's going to be a little bit of a fight. Okay, to get this justice, for things to fully balance out, there's going to be still a little bit of a fight after you end this contract. However, here we have the Four of Wands. This is you immediately finding your new home, your new place of employment, your new just place where you deserve to be. And quite frankly, I see you alone, not in an alone way where you don't have friends or people. I see you being content and being away from people who are the people who are pissing you off. You see, this kind of has like a Four of Swords energy in this card. It's kind of like you're peaceful now. You can actually meditate. You can actually think. You can sigh a breath of relief. You can actually breathe, because you're going to be without these people's toxic energy around you. And here we have the Hierophant card. So you're going to be moving into your path, your destiny, your higher purpose again. And I actually do feel like your spirit guides are helping you with this, but they want you to take the first step to actually break this contract, and they're going to step in and help you with this transition. So this new home, this new place that you end up is actually going to be the way to get there is going to be opened for you by your spirit guides, by spirit, by the universe, helping you to align to this new place. And this new happy place. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, and your underdeck energy was the Fool. So you're going to be, some of you may end up going back to school. I did mention it over here to learn something else. But this is you diligently working on your own stuff, learning again how to do stuff on your own. So again, if this was some sort of marriage, you may have to get a job, of course. Whereas previously, your husband said, okay, if you stay, I'm going to there you go. So there's going to be some hard work involved, but I don't see it stressing you out. You're going to be content. You're going to be at peace, even though the work, you're going to have to do more work than you were doing before. Or the work that you're going to have to do is going to be different, or you're going to have to go back to school or go back to some sort of training program, kind of go back to ground zero and kind of learn again, go back to square one and learn again. You're going to still be at peace. I see a lot of peace around you. With the Fool next to it as your underdeck energy, you're going to be starting a new adventure. You got the Fool twice. Here, this one was in reverse. You weren't moving. Whereas here, it's like you're definitely on a new path, on a new adventure, and you're moving into the new stage of your life. The new stage that's free of this contract, free of these people, in a brand new place of employment, a brand new home, peaceful. I don't see any noise. Around you, I don't see any people bugging you. Just contentment and peace, okay? So hopefully that helped you. Those are your messages. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. So I'm first starting off with Energy Oracle to get a picture of what's currently happening for you, and then we're going to continue with casting cards for each path. So before casting your cards, I had a vision of a huge tank of water with a door, and it was leaking a bit. The door would open, some water would flow out. Then the woman would close the door and sweep it underneath the tank with her feet. And then I also had another vision of a little child with really blonde hair who was getting her hair brushed. So some of you guys may be inquiring about your child. If you have a child, especially if she's blonde, she may be blonde. However, what I'm getting completely with this is that there is some sort of pent-up emotions that have been accumulating for a while about some sort of situation, and has to do with domestic, because even in my vision, she was in her backyard. So she was on some a kind of patio-ish, and she was sweeping the water off of the patio down to the ground with her feet. So this has to do with some sort of domestic issue. There may be children involved, there may not be. This could just be your home, but there's some sort of pent-up emotions about your home life. Okay, either where you live, your family, your children, and you're trying to sweep it under the rug type of thing. You're trying to keep your emotions under the control, but very soon you could burst. You could burst. So with your cards here, we have the Storm Warning card, the Temple Path. Yeah. There is a lot of chaos that has been happening in your life. And the chaos, what I'm seeing it is that it's trying to push you towards your destiny, your higher path, your soul purpose, what would really make you content. In order to do that, it needs to clean up some things from your past that are still lingering, some things from your old life that are still lingering. So I'm seeing some sort of transition happening currently from like an old lifestyle, an old life, an old person that used to be, and you moving into the new person who you're meant to be, a new home, a new location, a new path in life, new career, a new just newness that's in alignment with what you're actually supposed to be doing, where you're actually supposed to be, and who you're actually supposed to be. So it's a lot of cleaning up right now that's happening in your life, of anything like energetic ties that you have to people and events from your past, pent up emotions from your past. It could be physical cleaning out of things, physical things that you're holding on to from maybe ex-romantic partners or from your childhood, etc. Right away, what I would recommend you guys all doing in this group right away is actually doing like a spring cleaning or just some sort of cleaning of your physical belongings. If you have a lot of stuff in boxes and bags that's tucked away that you don't really use or that you don't get to in a shed or the attic, the basement, wherever, even in storage that you don't really get to often, I really think that you should take this time when you're viewing this video to schedule in a few days, however long you need, of cleaning that out. Also, even things that are in your closet, clothes, things packed away higher up in your closet, things underneath your bed maybe. Take this opportunity to clear out the old physically, because this is something easy that you can do physically while this chaos is happening on an energetic, emotional, and mental level as well, and spiritual level. So, and also take some time out to meditate, because if you don't, you may blow your lid, because a lot of things that are happening around you, it's getting to you. This clearing out that's happening, it's really stressful, and you kind of feel like you're in this tornado, in the middle of this tornado, and you're trying to remain stable, especially if you have a child. I'm seeing you trying to remain stable and calm for your child and for your own sanity, but it's starting to get to you. So I really highly recommend that physical cleaning, because I really do see you in a period of a lot of emotional, mental, energetic, spiritual cleaning that's happening right now. And you need to do the physical work, because there's only so much that your spirit guides can do. And they can't clean out the old shirt that your ex-boyfriend gave you 3 years ago. Like, they can't do that. You need to do that yourself. They can't clear out the clothes, the pair of jeans that you thought you would fit into when you gained weight, but you haven't lost the weight. Like, just donate this stuff. Okay, so to move on, you need to have patience here. This reading is coming off kind of more spiritual, less mundane. Of course, there are mundane things, but what's going on is really spiritual. So, which is why you're kind of like dizzy a bit, because you don't really understand what's happening. So you need to have some patience, and you need to know that expansion and more opportunities and bigger opportunities are opening up. A lot of you guys may actually be moving to a brand new location not too long into the future, because there's a lot of clearing of the old that needs to happen for you to step into this new position, this new path. And this new path is bigger, it's larger than anything you've ever done before, and it has a worldwide reach. So you could be, internet known, or, something like that. You're reaching more people over the internet, etc. And it could also involve you traveling more or relocating. So this is again another good time to clear out your physical stuff, because you know, we're going to cast some more cards for the later on for the paths. However, maybe at the drop of a hat you can get a offer for new jobs in like a completely different city, and you're going to have to move rather rapidly, and you don't want to have to go through like 5 years worth of accumulated stuff in 2 weeks. It's not going to be fun. And on top of that, you know, getting a mover and etc., all that other stuff, logistics that you need to do on top of maintaining your regular job that you may be working 5 days a week. So you only have the weekends really and the evenings to get all this done. It's not going to be fun. So I highly recommend you actually do that physical clearing work. So I definitely see a new offer coming in. We have this man holding a coin in reverse, and we have adjacent possibilities right after the world. So definitely a new offer is coming in from someone probably in another city, another country, another province, another state. And a lot of new doors are opening. The thing is though, I'm also seeing a slight warning with this here because he's in reverse. Be vigilant about not accepting less, like a small unrewarding jobs that may come through. I mean, I get it, you have to put food on the table, especially if you have a child like I saw, but don't be mindful of not tying yourself up with jobs or homes that you cannot leave quickly. And be mindful of not attaching too much of your dependence on these things, on these smaller jobs, on these, it could be a person even who's helping you out financially, even by staying in their house. Maybe some of you are staying in their house. Be mindful of not attaching too much dependency on these things, because you need to be able to release these ties to these people and these things, these jobs, these homes, whatever, at the drop of a hat when these bigger, better opportunities come in. Okay, so you're probably trying to decide whether you should maybe take a small job or wait for a bigger one to come through. Especially if the bigger one that you're waiting on has something to do with a childhood dream of yours. Again, with that child, it's like allowing your child to grow and come to the forefront now, as opposed to like previously for the last several years, she has been buried or he has been buried, because you needed to focus on, you know, things that are practical. You may have a childhood dream that needs to bubble up to the surface again, that needs to be allowed to be free and to express itself. And that could also be what was signified with that tank full of water. It could be all of the hopes and dreams and the emotions of this inner child that wants to spill out and come forth. But every time the door kind of cracks open a bit, like for example, say you really want to be a musician, if like maybe you're watching a documentary about like some musicians and you think, oh, it would be nice if I could like be in their band, or if I can do that, that's the door like opening a bit, some water is spilling out, and then what do? You swept it underneath the tank, off of the porch, so off of where you were standing, and you made sure you latched back up that door. So I really feel like you're trying to decide between maybe staying somewhere or moving, or taking one job, or waiting for another big job to come through, something like that. So I'm going to take these cards away, and I'm going to use the herbiary deck to get a card each for each of the two paths. So the first path is going to be, let's make the first path, remaining in these, connected to this old you. The old you with these old circumstances. Oh, this is the perfect card to get for this. The perfect card. We have pocket full of protection. I'll get into it later. So now we're going to get a card for waiting or hoping, having faith, moving, expanding. Wait, what's that? Okay, let's keep going. I don't know what that. Okay, there we go. Another great card to get. We have Release Rigidity, Valerian. So now I'm going to get some information of what's going to happen if you take each path now. So I'm going to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot for the Pocket the Pocket of Protection Euro card. I'm going to use the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot for the Release Rigidity Valerian card. I'm going to skip ahead to when the cards are fully laid out. Okay, so starting off with this path here with the the Pocket of Protection. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it the Pocket Full of Protection, but whatever. The Pocket of Protection Yarrow card. This represents you remaining in this older energy. Now, I see you kind of in a bubble if you do this, like a kind of self-imposed, fragile, yet what you think is protective shell or bubble. Another thing I'm getting from this card is that it seems like your spirit guides want you to know that you are protected regardless what choice you make. However, you are going to be more protected with the taking the leap of faith choice, because one sort of protection that you're getting from staying is like something that you are doing yourself. It's like, okay, how do I explain it? Like, I'm seeing two things. Like, staying, I'm seeing you in that little circle there, that little globe. That's going to be a bit fragile, but you're going to be able to see it. You're going to be able to sense it. It's something you're used to. Whereas if you move along, I'm seeing these hands, these spirit guide hands coming forth to fully protect you. Another thing I'm getting is that, like I said, you're protected either way, but there seems to be a hand of fate here that is ushering you in that new direction. And I did mention that with the energy oracle spread. I did say that this chaos is pushing you towards this destiny. There seems to be like hands here that are kind of ushering you. So it's like, you know, the flowers in this, the yarrows in this globe, they can't really decide which way they go. These hands are deciding which way they go. The hands have taken them, plucked them from the rest of their fellow yarrows, placed them in this protective globe, and is now moving them. So we start off here with the, oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, you can't really see all of the cards, so I'm going to start off by showing you them. So we have the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, the Sun card, the 10 of Swords. One thing I want to mention is that you have the Sun in both sides, and you also have the 10 of Swords on both sides. You have the 6 of Pentacles, Wise Counselor, which is a Hierophant, and in this side you actually have the High Priestess, which is its counterpart. We have the 2 of Cups here. In this side you have the Lovers, and you have the 8 of Pentacles. So what I see happening here is that we start off with the 5 of Cups. This is you being disappointed over something that didn't work out, or you being disappointed with the way your life is going in general. I feel you guys are all disappointed with the way your life is going. And you're like waiting for this broken life of yours to repair itself. It's like you're staring at these cups waiting for them to repair, because you feel like, I only have 3 cups. I need these cups to repair. But again, like I said, there's like a hand of fate ushering you towards these other 2 cups behind your back. So we have this 8 of Wands here. I feel like this is happening right now. And this is happening very quickly. This is also causing you a lot of stress, like I mentioned before. And you're going to be more stressed trying to fix these 3 cups. Trying to fix your life where you're currently planted, trying to put back together your life in the same manner that it was previously, as it's currently being broken apart by spirit. It's like a battle that you're trying to fight, like you're trying to hold on to things that are being taken away from you or that are breaking down. You're trying to repair relationships and careers and homes, etc. But that's causing you way more stress and anxiety than if you were just to release that and allow these 2 cups to enter your frame so that you can actually see them, and to just say, you know what, goodbye to these 3 broken cups. Now we have the 6 of Wands here, and then we have the Sun card here. The thing is, I'm not seeing this as you eventually getting success in this old situation. Again, like I mentioned with the hand of fate and the tornado of fate pushing you and ushering you into this new direction, and again with this 8 of Wands that I said, that it's moving very quickly, everything's happening very quickly. This appears to be happening whether you want it to happen or not. Like, I don't see you having much control over this situation. And whether you like it or not, you're going to be victorious somewhere else, because here we have the 10 of Swords here. Another thing I'm getting from this here is that it will appear to you as you're attempting and endeavoring to fix these 3 cups, to fix this life of yours, this old life of yours that's breaking down. It will appear to you that you're making some progress. It will appear to you that eventually, if you keep working and you work through the stress and the anxiety, that you're going to finally get to the 6 of Wands. It's like you can almost see it. Things may appear to kind of be working out. However, we have the Sun card coming in right to like kind of blind the person who thinks that they're successful, that thinks that they fix things, and they're blinding them and stabbing them in the back. So it's like whatever you feel like you're going to be able to fix successfully is going to be broken apart again. And then here we have the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like it's going to be broken apart again, and then you're going to be given something else. But this is not you doing things. With the 6 of Wands, and these are 2 6s here. So this is a lot of like fixing things that are wrong in the mundane realm. The 6 is all about like the mundane realm and balancing the spirit with everyday life type of thing. So even here, I see you like trying to do a lot of things. Maybe you're trying to apply for new jobs because you lost your old one. Maybe you're trying to apply for new apartments or get a new home because you were kicked out of your old one, or trying to fix your relationship because they left you and you don't want to go through the divorce process and you're trying to get them back or something like that. It may appear to you that it's working with all of this effort that you're putting in with this Wands. But here, again, with the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles, it's like the universe is going to essentially give you something better, but it's going to be handed to you. No amount of effort that you're going to do is going to work long term. It may work short term. I'm seeing some sort of short term slight fixing. It's kind of like if you put tape or some kind of glue around these broken cups. You may be able to drink out of them a couple of times, but eventually they're going to start to leak again. The tape, the glue, it's not going to hold up. That's what I'm really seeing. It's not, your efforts are not going to hold up long term. If you think it's working, whatever you're trying to put back together that was broken, it's not going to work long term. So don't be fooled by this temporary Six of Swords energy here. Don't be fooled if you maybe get your old job back or you get a new job, because I see it ending again with this Ten of Swords. It's going to end again. Like the sun is popping out saying, hey, and this is happy energy, but you're not going to see it that way. You're going to see it kind of as darkness. And you're going to be literally given something else, something to replace it. This is nothing that you can do, nothing that you can physically work to get. It's just going to be thrown at you. And followed by after saying all of that, I didn't even take this in. This is followed by the Wise Counselor, which is a Hierophant. And I did mention to you, it's like the universe spirit is going to just throw it at you. It's going to give it to you. And here we have the Hierophant. This is the higher powers, fate, the universe, God, just giving you this new opportunity, this new life that's better than the old one that has broken apart. And again, here we have the Two of Cups. This is you switching out energies, giving up one old thing for another thing. And the Eight of Pentacles, this is you doing something new. So if you're inquiring about a job, you're not going to be back in that field. You're not going to be back in that field. You're going to be in a new field doing something else where you're going to have to start again. You're going to be learning to do something new, something brand new. You're switching out one old thing for something else. If this is a relationship, the relationship is going to fall apart. Without you, nothing that you can do is going to help it stick together long term. It's going to fall apart. There's going to be a switch here happening, and you're going to be able to work on yourself. Whereas previously, you weren't whole. You had a lot of cracks in you, a lot of emotions that were threatening to fall apart and drive you crazy and come spilling out. It's like you're going to be doing things for you and not for other people. And the Eight of Pentacles was your underdeck energy, by the way, so which I pulled out. So it's definitely you doing something new, finding a new career, maybe going back to school. Something is just new energy, you learning to do something new, something else. So if you're trying to do something old because you have experience in this area and you know what to expect, you're not going to be able to do that old thing anymore. Like I said, it's going to be something new. Now here we have this path of you leaving and you accepting this new life. Now, it starts off with the Release Rigidity card, which I felt is really perfect because you're really stubborn. You're really stubborn. You don't want this thing to end. I see you again trying to put the pieces back together, trying to get back your old life because it's stable, and now you're in a period of transition that's unstable and you don't really know what's happening. But if you bend a little, and it's so funny, I just noticed that the flowers here, even though this is Valerian, the flowers actually look the same. They look the same. Like I'm going to trust that the author, Valerian and Yarrow look alike in real life, but quite frankly, it looks the same. And the purpose of that is that this is you. This is you being plucked out of this old life that I said here, being plucked out of this old location, these old friends, this old life, plucked, put into this globe. Spirit guides, spirit universe, taking you and planting you here. And you see how peaceful this cat is? This cat is happy, this cat is peaceful, this cat is by itself. And the plant is by itself. So I'm not saying you're going to be lonely, but if you're inquiring about other people, Again, a relationship, a job with a lot of people, a company where you work with a lot of people. I don't see you with these people anymore. This new path is going to be you coming out of your shell and emerging as you yourself, away from the masses. So again, if this is a job, this is you leaving the job, the 9 to 5, and maybe starting your own business. Or I really see probably starting your own business, or working just with like one partner, doing something. Yeah, I know what, it's your own business. I don't see anything else that this could be. Like, I mean, in terms of career, I don't mean in terms of scenarios. In terms of the career, I see you starting your own business. You could have a partner, of course, but you're going to partially own this business, or you're going to, you're going to market your own talents, separate from companies, separate from other people, other bosses telling you what to do, other coworkers. I don't see you around all these people anymore. So here, I'm going to show you the cards because you can't see them all. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the King of Swords. You have the Eight of Cups. You have the Seven of Cups, the High Priestess, the Sun card again, the Lovers, the Hanged Man, and your underdeck energy was the Ten of Swords again. One thing I forgot to mention is that I decided that I wasn't going to take any reversals for these readings. I decided in the first group that I wasn't going to do that. We start off here with a brand new opportunity that emerges. A brand new opportunity that emerges. It may come from someone who is well established and well knowledgeable, who is offering you a new position at a new company, or is offering you something brand new that or requires you to partner up with them. However, I also see this as being you in your power. Again, like I said, you alone, the king of your domain, away from all of these people. You being victorious as the owner of your own company, as your own boss, being single even. If this is a relationship, I see you being single, away from these people, this ex-romantic partner, you working on yourself, like I said here. Switching out this stale wine for brand new wine. So switching out this stale relationship for you, a new partnership, or you working on yourself in order to make yourself available for this new partnership, which may come through with this King of Swords here. So definitely some sort of new opportunities coming through with the Ace of Wands and the King of Swords. Definitely I see you moving on. Some of you guys, this is going to be a physical relocation. Quite frankly, I feel like all of you guys, it's going to be some sort of physical relocation. But if this is like, it could be a company, just something brand new, okay? Seven of Cups here. More options are opening up. I feel like you're going to have more options than you know what to do with. More opportunities coming to you than you know what to do with. And they're just going to come to you. You're not going to have to try to make them come to you because, again, like I said, the Six of Pentacles is just going to drop in your lap. So all of these new opportunities that pop up is just going to pop up without you having to try. You're not going to have to try. You're not going to have to do anything. Word of mouth may spread about your services, about what you're capable of doing. Some of you guys, this new venture, this new career field is going to involve spirituality, or it's going to involve the occult. Some of you guys may be psychics, or you have a lot of information about the occult. Again, with it being underneath the King of Swords. So keep that in mind. This is a general reading. It doesn't have to be it for you. But it's funny that we have the counterpart here in the Wise Counselor ushering you into being the High Priestess. So some of you guys, this is like some sort of partnership with Spirit. Again, your higher purpose to maybe help heal people, to give people some information about stuff, to write some books maybe about like hidden stuff, self-help, occult, something like that. But all of you, what I see this as meaning as well is that this is like your higher purpose, your higher calling, because you see the stream of light coming down. This is her on her throne doing her thing, what she's meant to do, instead of trying to prop up this huge flagpole that's way too big for her. Like trying to prop it up and say, look at me, I'm successful, I have this big flag, as opposed to the high priestess who just sits on her throne. She's the only one who could sit there, and she's the only one who can sit there that will have this beam of light shining down on her. You know, someone could come and like wrestle you for the six of wands here for this pole. In fact, the seven of wands, if you're familiar with tarot, is actually a bunch of people trying to come at you to get that, which is not going to happen with the high priestess. No one can do that. So I really hope that's making sense. And here we have the sun again, the same sun energy, the same higher powers, the same life purpose that was guiding you over here in this path. If you try to stay, that came in and brought in the 10 of swords, like I said, brought in the destruction of whatever small victory you tried to accomplish here. That same energy is going to be present here. However, instead of bringing in the 10 of swords that it would bring in over here, it's bringing in the lovers. So it may be bringing in a new romantic partner, a long-term soulmate or twin flame if you're inquiring about romance. It could also be bringing in your business, your own company. Like I said, it may be a combination of the two. It may be bringing in your business, your company that you own, and it could also be bringing in this romantic partner or this business partnership with this King of Swords. This could be a business partner. But it's definitely bringing you in something more stable. The lovers is more stable than the 2 of cups. Here, the universe wants you to switch out these smaller level relationships and things for this higher level relationship. So whatever small level relationships you had here, whether that be friends, career, romance, you're going to have your soul tribe here. So your soulmate friends, your soulmate romantic partner, your soulmate career, etc. The Hanged Man again, taking a new perspective of life, like an epiphany type of thing, finally understanding things, finally getting things, finally, it's like a 180 type of thing. You're going in the wrong direction. This is like a 180, a flip to the right direction, a flip to where you're supposed to be going, a flip to the person you're supposed to be. The Hanged Man, you know, he's being martyred, and he could resurrect as the person he's meant to be, the real person, a new incarnation, a new being. So it's like ending of the old you and coming into the new you. And your under deck energy here was the 10 of swords. I'm seeing this as the complete and utter end of any kind of chaos, because here we had the 10 of swords in the middle of your spread. So it was going to come in and bug you some more. However, here you end your spread with the 10 of swords. This is like the end card, the end type of thing. Like this is finally you arriving where you're supposed to be with the Sun card and the Lovers card, you and the High Priestess and the King of Swords. Like this is you arriving, and no longer are like petty people and petty circumstances going to be able to stab you in the back, going to be able to mess with you. So of course, which path should you take? This one. But quite frankly, you guys don't have a choice. This whole reading is very spiritual. You have higher powers, God, your higher self, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, universe, whatever you want to call it, is literally ushering you in this new direction. And I don't feel like you have a choice at all. You may try here, but as I told you, it's like this happy sun face is coming out saying, hey, boom. And then giving you this. It's going to just give you that right there. So you don't have a choice. You really don't. Quite frankly, if anything, I feel like if you release rigidity this is going to happen faster, because here after this 10 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles, we have the Hierophant, and we still have the 2 of Cups, and then we have the 8 of Pentacles. So it's kind of like after that you're going to have to learn something new, which of course you may still have to learn something new over here, but here right away we start off with Ace of Wands and we go right into the King of Swords, and then we have the High Priestess wedge in here. So it's like this seems to be happening faster, you getting to a higher level faster, if you just release rigidity and just let go of these old bits and pieces of your life that are falling apart. So I hope that made sense, and I hope that helped you. Those are your messages. Let me know if that resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 4. Welcome to your reading. So I'm first going to start off with the energy oracle to get a understanding of what's going on in your life generally, what you're inquiring about, and then I'm going to cast some more cards for the different paths, the 2 paths, the outcomes for each path. So before casting these cards, I had kind of a weird vision of a man standing in like a field or like a park, like on grass, casually eating a hot dog with a dog barking at him, like a pit bull or a Rottweiler or a bulldog, like a very stocky dog. And there was like a little like toddler a couple meters away, like trying to walk but like falling on the grass. And then I saw like a train like just driving away. Now I didn't really get this at first. I'm just like, are they being unhealthy? Is there a lot of fighting or something happening? And then I kind of like put them together, that what appears to be happening, especially again with these cards, what I saw here, the Healer of the Ages and the Magician in the Mirror and the Strategy. What appears to be happening is that you have let your life go, and to you your life is out of your hands. And deep down I feel like you're slightly bothered about this. However, on the surface and even on the middle part of yourself, you feel like whatever, like you're just shrugging, because the guy eating the hot dog wasn't even bothered. It's like you're consuming a lot of crap that is not good for you. This could be like actually like in the physical, like for real, you guys are eating poorly and this is lowering your vibration. So I feel like you guys should be mindful of what you're eating. But there was also like something kind of like underdeveloped with that toddler there, where you appear to like your life is just running away from you. It's out of your hands with that train. It's like you have like an underdeveloped sense of control of your life, and you don't really care. Like there was kind of like you gave up. You don't try anymore. You may be a little bit lazy, or you just feel like this is the way that it is. And again, I just looked over at the Angel of Strength card, and I'm seeing that line really staring intently at me, and it kind of reminds me a bit of that dog. So it's like you feel like you have a lot of opposition around you, but it's like there's nothing you can do about it. So this could be like people or jobs or just things in general that are just barking orders at you and staring you in the face, and that you don't really want to be around, but nevertheless you feel like you have to endure these things because you're kind of just stuck in this predicament, and you're not really trying anymore. So with these cards and the Door to Spirit in reverse and the Angel of Strength there, it feels like you've given up. Some of you guys have actually given up on God, given up on the universe. So if you're religious, more religious, you've given up on God. Some of you guys came from a religious background, and as you got older, you discarded that and you're no longer following that religion. and you no longer pray, you've given up on God. Others of you, this is like the universe, like you've been trying to manifest for a while and you tried the whole law of attraction thing and it didn't work. And you just gave up. You just said, you know what? I don't think that this is real. I feel like the law of attraction is not real. The universe doesn't like me, or it's not working for me. You threw your hands up in the air. You said, you know what? It's not working. I guess this is my fate in life. So this could manifest as you maybe having a shitty job that you don't like, especially like an entry-level one. I'm seeing like a lot of warehouses, could be construction. I'm seeing like a lot of like heavy duty stuff, especially considering that I saw male in my vision. A lot of times I see females. So a lot of you guys could be watching this, could be males. However, not necessarily, because again, we have the woman holding a heart. But it's like the masculine energy is about controlling your life, and the active energy, and you were just standing there, like you're no longer actively trying to control your life. Now, with the woman holding a heart and the healer of the ages, there may be a female in your past who had something to do with you giving up on having this power over your life and the direction it's moving in. This could be an ex-romantic partner, especially if it's a female. This could be a mother, sister even. There's some like female here who hurt you. Some of you guys are still depressed over a breakup or something. Or your mother was not really there, part of your life. Or you're some of you guys, like your mother lowered your self-esteem, or this female in your life, this ex-girlfriend, lowered your self-esteem with like some of the words and things that she would say about you. She, like, you know, coming home from school when you were a kid, maybe you didn't do very well in school, you got C's and D's, and she would, you know, tell you, you know, you're stupid, etc., whatever, you can't really amount to much if you don't do well in school. And as a result, you continue to get C's and D's, so you never did well in school. So you decided, okay, well, I'm not going to amount to much, so you're just sort of accepting your lot in life. With this Magician in the Mirror here and the Strategy card, there is a call for you to take your life back into your hands and make a plan. You guys need to make a plan. You guys are planless right now. You're allowing the waves to move you around. You're allowing some other conductor of that train to drive the train, the direction of your life. And you're just sitting in the passenger seat eating a hot dog. Like you need to take your life back into your hands. So, and also there's some healing that needs to be done with the feminine in you, or a female in your I think, I really feel that there's some sort of female. It's your mother, or a guardian, a female guardian, or an ex-girlfriend. Someone was saying some things to you when you were younger about your potential in life and your lack, more specifically your lack of potential in life. And for some of you, this absent female who wasn't there left a hole and left you feeling like, well, if she didn't want me, then, you know, life doesn't want me here. You know, your brain's kind of putting two and two together. Some of you guys may be orphans, or you grew up in foster homes or something. So you're going to know what this is for you. So I'm going to take these cards away, and I'm going to use the herbiary deck to get 2 cards, 1 card each that represents each path. So the first path we're going to do is you, of course, remaining with your hands thrown up in the air, like doing nothing. And we have the ways of the water. Again, a lot of healing that needs to be done, but we're going to interpret that later. And we're going to get a card now for you being the magician and taking your life back in your hands and making a plan. A lot of you guys, like, you may have dropped out of school at a young age, or you didn't go to college or university and you just started working, and now you just feel like you're stuck in life. And the card you have for that is We Are One. So I'm going to use the wisdom of the my goodness, was Angel Wisdom tarot deck to lay out for your Ways of the Water path, and I'm going to use the Edgar Allan Poe tarot to lay out for the We Are One path. And I'm going to skip ahead in the video to when the cards are laid out. All right, so I just want to share a little small anecdote with you. So like I was shuffling your Edgar Allan Poe tarot, and I laid out the first 3 cards, and there seemed to be some sort of stuck energy with the cards not wanting to come out, especially after that third one. I was wondering, I was like, what's going on? Like, I was wondering. And then like, I had like 3 cards fly out of the deck and like fall on the floor. And when I went to pick up the 3 cards, I saw that for some damn reason, like a good third of the deck was still stuck inside the box and I hadn't pulled it out. I'm telling you, the Edgar Allan Poe deck has like a mind of its own. It has like an energy of its own. I'm telling you, like, it's like you don't have the full deck. So that was just like, that was interesting. Okay, so we have these 2 paths here. You cannot see all of the cards. Some of them are off frame. I will show them to you though. So we're going to start off with this Ways of the Water path, which is you pretty much remaining in this solemn state. With the Ways of the Water, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. Like I said, there's something from your childhood, especially with that toddler in my vision. You have an underdeveloped, there's some sort of childish part of you that's underdeveloped. Your willpower for sure is underdeveloped. Your emotions are underdeveloped. Your sense of self and confidence, your confidence is underdeveloped. And there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. However, again, with that Ways of the Water card, I'm seeing you wallowing in your tears, wallowing in your pity, wallowing in your mess, wallowing in the unsatisfactory life that you have created for yourself, thinking that it has just fallen upon you, like you're standing at the bottom of this cliff and all the water of your life has just fallen upon you, when in fact you've actually been growing it since childhood, and this is the fruit of your work, or the fruit of your non-work specifically. And I'm seeing just a lot of recycling emotions that are unhealed with this path. But it will heal slowly, but it's just very kind of stuck a bit, and it's going to be a very long period of time with this path here. And I have to mention this. With this We Are One card here, this is like the opposite. This is you realizing that you actually create your reality, and this is actually realizing, you know, if you're going the whole law of attraction path, because we do have the Magician card again here. Remember, we had it also in the Energy Oracle spread. But this is you realizing that you create your own reality if you're going that path. But if you're going the religious path, this is you realizing that God actually loves you and God actually wants to help you, and that he is, or she, whatever, God is an energy, is not out to get you, that they're actually on your side. This is you remembering this and giving it another shot. So I'm going to start here. Okay. I'm going to show you the cards. So the 6 of Wands in reverse is what you have. And also I want to mention that I took reversals for your pile. I really felt called to do that when the first card came out in reverse, whereas the other piles I had decided not to take reversals. So there's a lot of stuck energy for you. We have the Chariot. We have the High Priestess. The 5 of Wands in reverse. The Moon. 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and your underdeck energy was the Knight of Swords. So starting off, this is going to be a lot of teeter-tottering back and forthness. Okay, a lot of instability that's going to be happening in your life if you stay on this path and you don't do anything, you don't move, you don't change, you don't take the power back into your hands. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. Little things like in your life, like jobs, friends, romantic relationships, are going to not be successful. You're going to be in and out of jobs, or you're going to be stuck at the same level in your jobs. You're going to be in and out of relationships, or you're not going to have satisfying relationships, or you're not going to have relationships at all. You may make friends, may fight with them, and then make up, and it's a lot of teeter-tottering. Or you may lose some friends and then have to make new ones, and then lose those ones and have to make new ones, and then lose those ones. Like, there's a lot of back and forth and stuck energy here. With this Chariot, though, I see that eventually, at some point, you're going to try to snap out of it with this Chariot card. You're going to try to work to balance these things, these energies out, and you're going to try to have more willpower and determination. You're also going to try to listen to your intuition more, because your intuition is also going to be telling you that you need to make a change in your life. And so your intuition is also going to be telling you that you want more from your life. With that Chariot right next to the High Priestess, your intuition, your inner self, your heart, again with that woman holding the heart card from the Energy Oracle spread, is going to be telling you that you want a higher position in your job. You want to do something that's more satisfying. You want a more stable relationship with friends, with girlfriends, with boyfriends, with family members. You want more stable jobs instead of these stupid little gigs that you're picking up. You want to, maybe some of you, be your own boss because you want to escape the rat race. Or you just want to be more successful. You want that bigger car. Some of you, I'm seeing like you want that flashier car instead of the beat up one that you drive, or the public transportation that you're taking. You want more in life. So your intuition and your heart's going to start piping up, but you're going to have to stick to your willpower and your determination to get this to happen. But I'm seeing a lot of teeter-tottering here. Okay, because we have all these things that are not working out, and you're going to have to keep up this determination despite all these things not working out, like I mentioned with the Six of Wands in reverse. And here we have the Five of Wands in reverse and the Moon card. You're not only going to be fighting against these things in the physical realm, like your jobs, your romantic relationships, your friends. It could be like your landlords, just anyone, your mother, your father. You're not only going to have to be fighting against them, but you're going to have to be fighting against your subconscious mind that is tainted with these negative beliefs from your childhood. Again, with that toddler from my vision. And it's going to be a battle. It's really going to be a battle. The thing is, though, I do see like something causing you to snap out of it. It could be my reading. It could be another reading from someone else. It could just be your intuition always just telling you. Again, I see you like seeing other people being more successful, your old friends from high school, or just other people around your age. It could be age as you start to get a bit older. You're like, at this age, I should be more successful. I should have more of more savings. I should have my own house. I should have a better car, etc. I should have a stable relationship, whatever. And you're going to try it. At some point, I feel like a good chunk of you guys are actually going to receive some sort of inheritance. If you resonate with like being estranged, this whole reading is coming off estranged from family type of reading. I feel like most of you guys have some sort of issue with your family members, your mother, your father, your siblings. You're like estranged from some people in your family. I have a hard time believing you're coming from a harmonious family. If you do, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say you picked the wrong pile, because there's a lot of family issues here that happen in childhood. A lot of absentee parents, or parents who were oppressive somehow, or guardians who were oppressive somehow, or you in the foster system or something like that. There's some sort of family issue here that's the root cause of all of these issues in your life. Some of you guys may get back together with your family, but quite frankly, I'm really seeing this as a good chunk of you guys receiving some sort of inheritance at some point. Like, you're going to be trying back and forth to like get yourself out of this cycle, get yourself out of this position, this lower position in your life, but it's gonna not exactly work out, because again, you're going to be battling the what appears to be bad luck in real life from the universe or from God, and then you're also going to be battling your subconscious mind, these beliefs that are really, 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 they have taken up root. And I feel like a good chunk of you guys are going to receive at some point some sort of financial inheritance. And what's going to happen? It seems oddly specific, I know, but I keep seeing that. What's going to happen though, with that being followed by the 5 of Swords, you're going to lose it. You're going to spend it all. You're going to gamble it away. You might spend, like, just spend it because you've never had that amount of money at one time before. You're going to buy the things that depreciate, like cars and clothes and stuff. You're going to make poor investment decisions with that money. Some of you guys may end up winning like a little scratch off at some point. Some of you guys may end up getting a loan from a relative who wants to help you with something, maybe help you with school or something like that. And maybe you'll try going back to school, but you're going to end up like fooling around and dropping out. And with this Knight of Swords, I'm seeing like a lot of you, again, trying to be focused and determined, but you're being pulled in 2 different directions. I need to mention this though. If you guys have some questionable friends, you guys have questionable friends. I know that you feel a bit lonely because you don't have your family around, but these questionable friends are not helping you. Like, what I'm seeing, someone hanging around these group of friends who are going to say, hey, let's go to the strip club, let's go buy this car because you got this inheritance, let's go spend your tuition money drinking at the bar, or like let's go to the casino or some nonsense. And you're going to lose that. So be mindful, at some point you're going to receive some, either a family member, a relative, a long lost relative, an inheritance, a scratch off, tuition. It could be, if you decide to go back to school, you could get a bursary that you don't have to pay back, not a loan that you would have to pay back, like a bursary or something. And you're going to have more money than you've had at one point. You know, this is a general reading, so how much it is going to be different for all of you. But however, the chunk of it is going to be more than you've ever had at one time in your life. Even if it's not a lot subjectively, even if it's just like a few grand, you probably don't have that in your savings account. So it's going to be a good chunk at one time, and you're going to blow it. Why? Because you haven't, here in this path, you haven't really healed the subconscious mind, the subconscious issues, and you also have these stupid friends around you who you need to ditch. A lot of you guys are men watching this. I keep seeing boys during my first vision, and also now I keep seeing a lot of boys. So anyways, this path here, when you decide to stand into your power. Now the thing is, this is a slightly teeter-tottery as well, but it's much less so than this path here. This is you deciding, okay, realizing that, okay, I'm actually one with the universe. I actually create my own reality. I actually have spirit guides who can help me, or I'm actually loved even though my family is not really around, or I don't have a lot of friends. Because some of you don't have a lot of friends and you feel alone, and you're going to spend that money to like try to compensate for your loneliness. So, and I'm going to show you the cards because they're not all on the screen. So we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Magician. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Strength in reverse. The Hierophant. 8 of Swords in reverse. And your underdeck energy was the 3 of Pentacles. So one thing I want to mention though, right away with your underdeck energies from both sides, the Knight of Swords, though he moves very, very quickly, he's not stable. He comes and then he goes. He doesn't stay anywhere. He just keeps moving. Whereas here you have the Three of Pentacles. This is a real career, a real job that you actually enjoy doing. A skilled trade or something that you really, really enjoy doing. Not these silly jobs in factories or like wherever I see you working to like just pay the bills. This is a real job, a real career. So that's the outcome definitely. For this side here, the outcome is definitely you just flowing through life, trying to get things more stable, but with the Swords energy, it's not going to be stable. And quite frankly, in this side here, I have to mention, you don't have any pentacles other than the 10, which I said is some sort of windfall that would come, and then it's going to be gone. It's followed right again by another sword. And the 5 of Swords, which is like the worst sword, kind of, except for the 3. So nothing stable here. A lot of teeter-tottering. And here, okay, so let's keep going. So here we have the 7 of Wands and the Magician. This is you taking your life back into your hands, trying again with the law of attraction, trying again with religion and praying and really like trying to make things work out and actually making a physical plan. Because again, with that energy oracle spread, we had that strategy card. You guys need to make a damn plan, like write something down on paper. You guys, seriously, you need to write something down on paper, make a freaking plan what you're going to do. Because you guys don't make any plans. You guys may be air signs, by the way, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. There's going to be some fighting here as well. Here I said there was some fighting. Here in the beginning, there's definitely some fighting. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Wands. You're going to have to defend your decision to follow through with this plan. You have to make a real plan, write it down. What your real plan is. Are you going to go back to school? How are you going to pay for it? Are you going to apply for tuition, bursaries, loans? Are you going to go the government route, bank route? Do you have anyone who can co-sign for a loan for you? And be careful with that again, because if you decide that, don't spend your tuition on nonsense that doesn't have anything to do with your livelihood, like living, eating, your rent, and your school books and supplies and your actual tuition. Because you're just going to rack up more debt. Some of you guys may end up getting approved randomly for a credit card over here, and it's going to be, the limit is going to be more money than you've had at one point, even though it's not real money, and you're just going to spend it on nonsense. So just be mindful of that. So here, you're going to have, when you make this decision finally, which I want you to do, this is the only path that you can take. Let's just be real here. You're going to have to defend this position. This might include cutting off some of those silly friends that I see you around who are not doing anything with their lives either. This is also you having to tell people, sorry, I can't hang out tonight because I have to go study, or because I have to go work my second job that you picked up in order to save extra money to be able to go back to school, or to be able to move to a city with more opportunities, etc. The plan that you're going to make for the long term, your long-term future here, you're going to have to stick to it. Things are going to start moving in your favor here with the Wheel of Fortune card and the Magician card. When the universe and God start seeing that you're putting in effort and you actually are buckling down to actually fix your life, the energies are going to move in that direction for you with this Wheel of Fortune card. But you're going to have to keep up the willpower, the strength, and the determination, because we have the Strength card in reverse. You're going to lose the strength at some point. But the good thing is that the Strength card is followed by the Hierophant, which means, once again, I keep picking up spirit guides, angels, guardian angels, God, the universe, whatever you want. I really keep picking that up. Again, with the Hierophant card, it's like when you're down, when you have your down days, when you want to like give up, your guardian angels are going to push you. They're going to push you. So you're going to have that help when you buckle down and make that decision. Here, if you don't really buckle down and make that decision, you're going to be teeter-tottering, kind of like, I think I should try this. Let's see if it works out. I'm going to try it for a bit, but if it doesn't really work out, then you're going to kind of give up for a while. And then you're going to say, I think I should try it again. And you're going to try it again for a while. And then you're going to give up again, kind of like that. Whereas here, if you say, I don't care, I'm going to do this, even if it takes, longer than I would like it to take, I'm going to do this. You're going to have energies start working in your favor. Working towards helping you achieve this goal. And then here we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. You're finally going to be free of the constraints that were keeping you down, the physical constraints, the mental constraints as well, that were keeping you stuck. And with the Eight of Swords being next to the Three of Pentacles, your final outcome for this path is a job that fulfills you. You're going to be free of these lower end jobs that do not fulfill you, and you're finally going to have that job that really, 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 really fulfills you. Something that you can be proud of, something that you can be proud to say, I do this for a living, something that you're going to want to go into work to do. I see a lot of like physical trades, like mechanics, plumbing, electrician, that kind of stuff. But this is general reading, it could be anything, but I'm picking up a lot of like physical like trade, like with your hands. And this is something where you're going to be proud to do it because you're going to be really good at it. You're going to be really good at it. And for the first time, you're going to feel like you belong somewhere and that you're actually doing well. Whereas previously in school, I'm picking up that you didn't do very well. Now in this trade, you're going to be like one of the best at it in your company that you're going to work for. And then you're going to be a highly valued employee there. And, everyone's going to come to you like when they need help with something. If something goes wrong or someone can't do something properly, who are they going to call? They're going to call you because you're going to have the answers. You're going to be able to fix things at this new job, this new place. So the path that you guys should take definitely is you buckling down, deciding that you want to give this law of attraction / praying thing another chance. Believe, have a lot of faith, take your life back into your hands with that Magician card. Use all the resources that you have available to you right now. Start right now, write down your plan. And then after you begin doing that for a little while, the energies of fate, of the universe, God is really going to move things in your favor and help you out and give you the extra push to really make your life work out for you guys. A lot of you guys are going to go back to school or go back to some sort of training program to get some more qualifications. If you don't have your high school diploma, you're going to go back, get the GED, and on top of it, you're going to get some more qualifications for something that's going to put you in a great career that you're going to really, really enjoy. You're going to be free from being stuck in this old place, this old career, around these old people, whatever this is for you. This is coming off heavy career, this reading, and like life in general. You're going to be free from whatever was making you stuck before, which is again that moon card, that the subconscious beliefs and stuff like that. Okay, so those are your messages. I really hope that helps you and I hope it made sense. Let me know if it resonated and I will see you in my next reading.